Memorial Day weekend continues at PNC Park, and the kids today getting the very popular Andrew McCutchen replica camo game jersey. The Pirates have taken the first two games of this three-game set against the Chicago Cubs, and today look to break out the brooms against the boys from the Windy City. Hi again with Bob Walk. I'm Tim Never. Last night a 3-2 win. Matt Haig hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Another one-run victory. 22 one-run games the Pirates have been involved in this year, Bob. That's the most in the big leagues.
I'll tell you what, Tim, if you're going to have these one-run ball games, one thing you definitely need is good pitching, maybe even great pitching, especially in that bullpen. And the Pirates have that. And that's why, despite the fact you're a little bit below 500 overall, you can be 4 games over 500 in one-run ball games. You got to get the other team out when there's runners on base, when it's tight, when it really counts late in the ball game. And the Bucks do that for sure. Last night in a 2-run third inning, the Cubs made a decision. They wanted to get the left-hander Paul Maholm facing the left-hander Pedro Alvarez. So they intentionally walked Andrew McCutchen with first base open. Pedro ended up coming through. Yeah, they wanted this lefty on lefty, even though it was early in the game. They rolled the dice, and Pedro, he came through big right there. Got an outside pitch and elevated it. Stayed away from the double play ball. Drove in a big run. Hopefully something like this get Pedro going. Pedro hopes to come through again today, facing right-hander Matt Garza of the Cubs. Eric Bedard on the bump, looking for his first home win for the Pirates, as the Pirates look to sweep the Cubs out of Pittsburgh. It's the Pirates and Chicago coming up on Root Sports. And Cubs, game 3 of this 3-game series. Dan Potash down in the dugout. Looks like he's been seeing a different haberdasher.
Thank you very much, Tim. Well, Tim, with this being Memorial Day weekend, of course, the Pirates are wearing camouflage jerseys. In fact, they are wearing them both last night and today for the first time in history. You may remember last year they wore camouflage bill hats against the Brewers in Milwaukee, but look at the Ford. Michael McKendry with the extra protective gear, also camouflaged. Now, equipment manager Scott Bonnet actually thought about the idea during the offseason. He pitched it to Frank Coonelly. He said yes. So he went to work on designing a jersey with Majestic and actually also got camouflage titanium necklaces. So he went all out for this weekend. I should also note that if people at home would like to actually get a hold of one of these jerseys, they will be authenticated and put up for auction on Pirates.com beginning on Wednesday morning. Why not get into the spirit of it, huh?
That's right. I bet the website's going to get some hits on Wednesday morning.
I would imagine.
For Dale Swaim and his Chicago Cubs facing Eric Bedard today, his lineup looks like this. Right field, David DeJesus. He's got a 5-game hitting streak. Starlin Castro in the 2 spot today. Joe Mather at third base. Soriano in the cleanup spot. Baker, Johnson, Barney, and then Coy Hill, the switch hitting catcher, batting 8th. Matt Garza, the pitcher, bats 9th, facing the Bucco left-hander Eric Bedard.
We'll take a look at Eric's numbers, brought to you by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. Everything in pretty good shape, as you can see. 48 strikeouts this year. He has been getting the swing and miss pitch going almost every time he's gone out there. Hopefully he can add his 3rd win of the season to that 2-5 record.
Well, Bedard 0-2 at PNC in 4 starts, but the Pirates have won 4 of the last 5 times he has started a game, so he has been able to keep the team within striking distance for certain. Defensively behind Bedard in the outfield, Tabata in left again, McCutchen in center, and Garrett Jones gets the start in right field today. Josh Harrison moves from right field to shortstop. Matt Haig over at first again, and the camouflaged Michael McHenry, the 4th, doing the catching for Eric Bedard. So the utility man, the Super U they call him, Josh Harrison, has made the last 3 starts in right field. Now at shortstop here today, his 6th time starting as a shortstop. Matt Haig, who is sporting a nasty bruise on his left side after taking that 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the ribs, just below the ribs, to win it last night in the 9th inning, making his 3rd straight start at first base. Michael McHenry, can you see him? Until he turns around. I wonder if that's made of Kevlar.
Thank goodness the glove is not camouflage. Although the glove is kind of a lot of tan and black. It's not really a camouflage pattern, but Bedard better know where he's throwing it. Even the ball girls got the camo on. Very much a theme this afternoon.
Well, the foul balls will still find them in spite of the fact they're camouflaged today. All right, just getting set to get underway. Pirates winning again last night 3-2 after taking the first game of the series Friday night 1-0. David DeJesus, the right fielder, he takes up high for ball 1, and we're underway. DeJesus at .282. 1 homer and 10 runs knocked in. Third baseman Alvarez in on the grass for him. Pitch inside 2-0. 33-year-old left-hander Eric Bedard. See Alvarez off the line, and he moved back after the 2-0 pitch, but he was in on the cut of the grass for the first 2. Bedard's 2-0. Breaking ball is in for a strike, says crew chief Jerry Lane.
I'd like to see mention this to Rob King. I'd like to see Bedard get through these first couple of innings and keep the pitching count a little lower than he has in the last couple of games. It's a big deal with him, even more than other guys, is all the injury problems. He doesn't like to get up over 100 pitches. He's only done that twice so far this season. Pitch count got up almost 100. I think it was 97 last start, just 5 innings.
And he's walked DeJesus.
Not the start that you would like when you're thinking about keeping your pitches down. Throw 4 wide ones to the first guy.
Starlin Castro will face him. Castro's been the Cubs' best hitter since he came on the scene May 7th 2 years ago, and had been exclusively their number 3 hitter until Friday night. Game 1 of the series, Dale Swaim moved him up in the order to number 2, and hitting there again today after hitting there for his 2nd straight game last night.
Just a couple of home runs, but does have 26 RBIs. Batting average is substantially over 300.
Since he made his debut in 2010 on the 7th of May, he is tied for 4th in the majors and leads the National League with 405 hits. Since May 7th, 2010, Michael Young of the Rangers has 419 hits. Ichiro with Seattle, 416 hits. Adrian Gonzalez now of the Red Sox, 411, and then Robinson Cano and Starlin Castro tied at 405.
Cubs are going through a lot of changes right now. One of the good things that they have going for them is this young shortstop.
He has been exceptional. Second in the league in multi-hit games behind San Francisco's Melky Cabrera. Cabrera with 23 and Castro with 19. A couple of other guys tied with him, including Jose Altuve of Houston and Michael Bourne of Atlanta. Martin Prado of Atlanta, Rafael Furcal of St. Louis. Dale Swayman, his first year, former Altoona Curve skipper. He had managed in the big leagues briefly with the Milwaukee Brewers, went back there to be their hitting coach, and this opportunity came up, couldn't pass it up. 1-2 to Castro. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Castro was at the plate Friday night with a tying run at third base and the potential go-ahead run at first. 2 outs, and Joel Hammerhand struck him out, and Castro showed his emotions afterward, not very pleased. Hanrahan did a good job finding a way to get him out. Last night Hanrahan picked up the win in relief. He's now 2-0. 2-2 pitch, bang foul.
When you're a closer, you don't get many opportunities to pick up a win unless you've messed something up. But nice job by Joel last night. Hope the Pirates win it in the bottom of the 9th.
5th time this year the Pirates have had a walk-off win. A little different style of walk-off win, though, but a walk-off win nonetheless. Matt Haig wearing the bruise today. I asked him in the clubhouse if he had any seam marks from where the ball hit him. He lifted his shirt and showed me, and it's pretty gruesome looking. Castro down to third. Alvarez is there. To Walker for 1. The turn. Double play. No, he's called him safe. Bob Davidson calls Castro safe, and there's no double play.
Well, those are always the most difficult, the around the horn double plays. There's a nice belt high feed into second base. But when you have somebody that can run, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get it all the way from third to second and over to first in time.
Very close. Might have beat it by a spike length. 1 out. Joe Mather, the hitter, number 3 hitter in the order, moves from center field to third base today. Played center the last 2 nights. Another .274 hitter. He was 0 for 4 last night and 2 for 4 the night before. So 2 for 8 in the series. He will take a strike. Breaking ball from Bedard.
And Castro has 13 steals, but Bedard does a nice job controlling the running game. He's got a slide step that he uses quite often, and he also occasionally will go with that leg kick. So that gives him the deception type stuff on pickoff moves. So Bedard can't be very easy for a runner to get a good jump off of. That time, slide step.
Good block by the Fort. No swing. Get a look at Bedard and the efforts he makes to keep the runners.
Watch his foot, how it just picks up maybe an inch off the ground, slides it forward. You're going to get the ball to the plate very quick doing that, and then at times he'll go through a regular leg kick and go home, which sets up a pickoff move on a leg kick. There's the normal leg kick that time. Now, if you're the runner, you're like, well, what's going on? I'm looking for the sidestep. You can see Castro, he's actually leaning toward first base when that knee came up.
13 out of 18. He and Tony Campana for the Cubs, a guy who comes off the bench, leading the way in steals for their ball club. 1 out, 1 on the 1-2. Count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bedard trying to sneak the fastball in there.
Yeah, that, a lot of times he uses as a strikeout pitch. He'll freeze those right-hand hitters with a fastball on the inside corner. Gets them looking something off speed.
Great shot from the eye in the sky today. Here's the 2-2. There goes Castro. This one ripped foul.
See what a light jump he got? And he wasn't even looking over his shoulder either. He came up. He didn't break towards second until obviously the foot had almost come down in the dirt. Well, that looked like a pretty good pitch.
That didn't look like it missed by much, if at all.
It had plate. I'm going to say it was low. It had plate, and
that was
strike
low. 3.
I knew it was on the plate.
Wow.
You can see up and down from the dugout very well. So Clint Hurdle, he saw that ball pass by the knees.
How many times do you see it when a pitch like that is missed and the batter gets an extra attempt and it works out for him? You hope it doesn't happen here. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, behind the plate. Bob Davidson at first. Hunter Wendelstedt second. Dan Bellino at third. 3-2 right at Walker. Goes to Harrison for 1. That's a double play. Worked out for the Pirates. Twin kill ends the top of the first. Pirates to the back rack. In Pittsburgh, great shot of PNC Park from way up above. Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. These guys up there have had a great view all weekend long. Take a look at the Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. Tabula, Harrison, and McCutchen, along with Alvarez. Andrew McCutchen has been on base in 33 straight games against the Chicago Cubs. Garrett Jones in there today in right field. Matt Haig at first base. McHenry hitting 8th, and Eric Bedard 9th against Cubs starter, the right-hander Matt Garza.
See Garza's numbers on the year. Really does a nice job of limiting base runners. Has the walks and hits per innings almost at an even 1, which is a mark that you definitely would strive for if you're a pitcher, especially a starting pitcher. Always got to make sure the back is loosened up. Either that or he was trying to see the blunt. Not sure.
He might have been trying to read the number, 1-800-DIRECTV.
Yep. That's what he was looking at.
You can see it from the mound if you look straight up.
Big ol' HD monitor on the side of the blimp. Yeah, he was looking right at it.
Now they're looking back at him. So here is Jose Tabata. He got it going last night in the bottom of the 9th inning with a leadoff single. And ended up scoring the game-winning run when Matt Haig was hit by a pitch with the bases full. Garza's first pitch of the game is inside for ball 1. .217 for Tabata, looking to improve his average and try to get on base more often from the leadoff spot. 1 ball and 1 strike for Jose. Tabata was 1 for 4 last night, scored a couple of runs. Told you he got the winning run as well. And Garza, 28-year-old right-hander, delivers. That's strike 2. Garza's second season with the Cubs, came over from Tampa Bay in an 8-player trade. Coming off the shortest outing of his season. Went 3 innings against Houston last time out. He gave up 7 runs total. 2 home runs in that game. Most runs given up by a Cubs starter this year is 7. And that's through the box for a base hit. Leadoff single for Jose. Let's check out our Rivers Casino tips to win, Bob.
Well, Alvarez has very good numbers against Garza, so he's going to get our air superiority going. We're going to use the speed of the cavalry today. They've only thrown out 6 of 49 would-be base stealers this year. Definitely a part of the game that we got to use. And if you're going to play close ball games, 1-run games like we do, you got to have good defense. So we'll look to the Department of Defense for that.
Bob, with the Memorial Day themes, tips to win. We'll revisit those later in the game. Harrison punts this one on the ground. Garza's got it. Fires it away. And now a break for the Buccos. Nobody covering second, so Harrison walks in there. And the Pirates with runners at second and third and nobody out.
An absolute golden opportunity here in the beginning of the ball game to break out on top. It almost looked like the bunt was going to make it by Garza. Tabata reaching for his hamstring a little bit. That's not a good sign. We're going to go out and take a look at it. But the ball was bunted hard. And Garza, well, threw it to nobody.
Looked like Tabata, right when he started around second base, made a grimace. Like he's in some discomfort.
Yeah, oh, I don't like the hopping there.
No, that's usually, I mean, you don't want to speculate on anything, but
he stayed in the ball game,
so
must be okay. And when you see the hopping on one leg, normally that means it's just something a little on the serious side, but yeah, hopefully in this case we're wrong.
Yeah, not that he's got the situation, but just saying that one of the worst injuries a ball player can have, an everyday player, is a hamstring deal, because that can keep you out a long time if it's not treated right. Well, Jose's okay, staying in. Second and third, nobody out. Andrew McCutchen at the plate. McCutchen at .338. Lets that one go. Oh no. Jerry Lane says he went around. That's a strike. Pointed at McCutchen. 7 home runs, all of those home runs coming here in the month of May. McCutchen is 1 for 3 against Garza. He's only faced him 3 times. Bucco's knocking on the door in the bottom of the first. McCutchen wants time. Talbot on the runner at third, and McCutchen fouls this one off for strike 2.
Messing with his eyes a little bit. It's a bright day. There's a haze also, which is kind of making a little bit of a glare as you look out toward the downtown area. Good day for sunglasses.
Well, McCutchen hits much better at night than he does during the day.
Oh, huge difference.
At night, he leads the National League in nighttime batting average at .392. But .322 against the Cubs.
Because the daytime batting average is low 200s. I know I looked it up last week and I forgot what it is. I looked it up, I think, when we were in Detroit.
You didn't write it down?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Wrote it down in your atlas? That's where you keep your notes.
Wrote it down for that day.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Andrew McCutchen. See, Bob carries an atlas with him. We've told you that before, but if you write down your atlas, you'll always have it.
And the atlas would be full. Quick, all the stuff I write down.
All the stuff you think about that you would want to write down. You need to get another atlas. Could just get a notepad. 2-2 fouled off.
Went after him right down the middle with a fastball that time. I think it was a fastball. It was straight, but just 85 mile an hour. Couldn't have been a fastball. Tell me this does anything.
Looked like it just stayed straight.
Straight as an arrow, but I looked up and said 85.
85 though. Here comes the 2-2 to McCutchen. Again, he fouls it off.
Now that was a fastball.
And up to 94. You talk about the home runs. He has 7 this month, but 58 career home runs playing as a center fielder. Brian Giles and Frank Thomas tied for 5th in team history with 60, so needs 2 more to catch those 2 guys. That's the original Frank Thomas. In the dirt, that fills up the count. Blocked by Coy Hill. Back behind the plate. Blake Lawley, the Pine Richland product, was behind there last night. Got a chance to play in his hometown, and was actually thrown out by his old high school teammate Neil Walker on a relay from right field at the plate. Coy Hill getting the start today. Talbot at third, Harrison at second, nobody out. The 3-2. This one down to third. Here comes Talbot to the plate. The throw gets it.
I watched him jump up. I was curious if he would show any problems after the slide, but he jumped right up, jogged off. Leg looks to be in good shape.
Mather with a backhand play. Throw beats Talbot easily.
Talbot going home. Good throw, and he didn't have much of a chance. I don't know why Harrison stayed at second on that.
It's a good question. Can't throw to both bases.
No, it'd be nice to have him at third with 1 out.
Alvarez with particularly good numbers against Garza. He has hit him well in his 7 at bats. 4 for 7. .571 average against the Cub right-hander. Let's see if we can pick up Josh Harrison on this play. Ground ball to third with Talbot going to the plate.
Tabata's going home, and Josh is going back to second.
One and 0 to Pedro. There's a fastball from Garza. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alvarez hitting at 204. Pedro's going to be the cleanup hitter they hope he'll be. That average has to come up.
What did we say he was off Garza?
571.
Well, that's only a 7 at bat. I think it's 4 for 7, right?
Right.
But that's still, you know, I think it's worth talking about. When you have 4 hits off somebody in your first 7 at bats, there's something to that. You know, normally you like to see a dozen or so ABs before you make any judgments on what somebody's going to do against a particular pitcher. But 4 for 7, that means that he's got confidence when he goes up there against Garza.
3-1 now to Alvarez, and Garza pitch away from loading up the bases for Neil Walker. Pedro's got a little wiggle room at the plate right now with 3-1 count. Walker's done well in his career against the Cubs. Leadoff single by Tabata. Harrison reaching on the throwing error by Garza. Pirates had runners at second and third. Nobody out. Now first and second, 1 out. Going to cash in here in the bottom of the first. The pitch. This one up in the air to right field and deep.
Air attack.
And El Toro strikes again. 3-0 Pirates.
Air superiority has been achieved.
Home run number 8 for Pedro. And he has surpassed his RBI total from a year ago. He's now got 22 runs knocked in.
Well, you never know. That base hit off a lefty last night, driving in a run. And now he's going against a starting pitcher that he's had a lot of success against. Confidence starting to build. He could be getting on one of those rolls. And boy, with all these games stacking up against Central Division opponents, it would be awesome to have Pedro about to go on one of those little deals where for about 10 days you can't get him out. And that includes 3 or 4 home runs.
Oh, 1 pitch. And Walker fouls it back. Let's look again.
Got a ball down and in. A happy zone for Pedro. He likes that down and in ball. As long as it's on the plate for a strike. And there wasn't much doubt in this one. When he hits them with height to our right field, they're going to go out of the ballpark.
0-2 to Walker. And he chases one upstairs and strikes out. Well, after Alvarez snuck into home plate Friday night with that sneaky slide, I want to call him Sneaky Pete. But El Toro is what he prefers, hitting the home runs. That's the first 3-run home run this year by a Pirate hitter, believe it or not. They've all been solos and 2-run shots.
Well, we have almost 1,500 at bats this year, and only about 130 of them have been with more than 1 runner on base. So the opportunities just haven't been there, and the fact that our hitting hasn't been much, then you're not going to have a lot of those big hits in big situations. But certainly got one here in the first inning.
Pitch to Garrett Jones. 1 ball and 1 strike. And this is an opportunity for Jones today. And you hope he does well offensively, because that's what Clint Hurdle's looking for out of him. The reason he's not at first base right now, Matt Haig is here. Clint telling us a couple of days ago that with Matt Haig here, both Jones and McGee are on pause at first base. They want Haig to get the bulk of the at-bats, but the opportunity for Jones today to get in the lineup. He had a chance to pinch hit the other night On the first ball he saw it, a check swing, rollout.
Can't have G.I. Jones in the game with, or not in the game when we're wearing camo, can you?
That's right. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? He's got the kung fu grip on the bat.
There's Casey.
That's 2-2. Nice if he could use a rocket launcher and get a ball in the river. Two and two to Garrett Jones. 2 men out, 3 runs in. The pitch. Swung toward the gap in left center field. That's going to get down and go. Jones around first. He heads for second. Jones slides in safely with a double.
You know, with 2 outs, you got to push the envelope a little bit when you hit a possible double. You want to get in the scoring position. You don't have time to stay at first base and get 2 more hits. There's 2 outs. You've got to do it now. This is not necessarily okay. You know, that's a double. You got to run hard right out of the box. Don't take anything for granted. And even though the ball is cut off and on its way, you got to make him throw you out. A ball right on the bag. If that's a one-hopper right on the bag, he's probably out. But it's almost like trying to steal that base. You have to try and take a chance with 2 outs. Good job right there by G.I. Jones.
Freshly bruised Matt Haig takes strike 1.
Jones trying to be part of the cavalry, using the speed.
No balls and 1 strike to Haig. It's 0-2. Haig showed me his bruise today. He said, look at it now. It's going to be worse tomorrow. So what made it worse was when the guys came out to dogpile on him after the walk-off win. You know, the tradition is to punch the guy a little bit, teasingly. So they kept hitting him right where he got hit by the pitch. Slow roller to Castro. And Haig is out. Pirates get 3 runs on the bomb by Pedro Alvarez. El Toro says bombs away in the bottom of the first inning. And the Buccos with a 3-0 lead.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Buck.
Pirates with a 3-0 lead. Pedro Alvarez brought them to their feet with the team's first 3-run homer of the year. Alfonso Soriano takes strike 1 from Eric Bedard.
You gotta love those billboard shots, don't you?
They're great.
The thing I don't understand is when you're using black and white film, how do you get like the P to be yellow?
That's a question for the people who perform the television magic.
That is amazing.
Camoed out today. Go to rootsports.com. You can find those pictures and you can download them too. One and two to Alfonso Soriano. Bedard's got to feel healthy now with a 3-0 lead early in the ball game. Looking for his first win at home this year.
See the way he sets that ball on his leg. He sets it as a changeup. And the reason you see a lot of pitchers will do that, some of them will set like a forkball splitter type pitch, is because that's the toughest grip to get. So you set that one, of all your pitches, you set the tough one in your hand. And then when you go in your glove, you can easily change to a fastball or a breaking ball. But it's tough if you're holding fastball to then go to a changeup. There you see he just went to his fastball grip. He switched. See how he's going right there with the changeup, making that OK sign. Now the reason another reason is, especially guys that throw the OK changeup will set that, is when you reach into your glove with a fastball grip and want to go to that OK changeup, you have to put part of your hand off the side of the ball. So when the ball is buried into the center of your glove, to get on the side of the ball, you have to make your glove a little wider. And now the hitter's looking up there and he sees your glove flare open, and he knows, oh, he's getting the changeup grip. So that's another reason that didn't happen.
Soriano, the leadoff walk. Bedard has now walked the leadoff man in each of the first 2 innings, facing Jeff Baker. Baker playing first base, came up as a third baseman with the Colorado Rockies, originally drafted by the Rockies. Has been a utility infielder primarily, playing the corners mostly. Strike called. 1-1 to Baker.
This is going to be pitch number 28. And that's a lot of pitches. Already you're just starting out in the second inning. If you're looking to keep your pitch count down and go deep in a ball game, that's a lot of pitches. But at this rate, if he doesn't change it soon, then he's going to have 80 or 90 pitches through 5 innings, like he had in his last start. And that's, when you're a guy that has a 100-pitch max. I'm not saying that that's etched in stone, the 100 pitches, but that's pretty well known, I think. Yeah. Then you're not going to go more than 5 or 6 innings. There's the last start, 97 pitches, 5 innings.
Tapper down to Pedro. With the lead runner, that's the one they'll take. They hit Soriano at second base. So 1 out. You were talking about those grips.
Well, yeah, I was talking about why you don't want to have to set a changeup grip in your glove. Now, say this is your glove and home plate's over there. There's the baseball in your glove. It's deep in there. If you're going with a fastball, you can keep your glove closed. Right. But if you go to the changeup grip, now you have to flare the glove open. And at the hitter sees the glove open like that. As you're going in after that changeup grip, he knows now changeup's coming. And that's why guys don't want to have to do that when they're reaching into their glove.
Avoids tipping the pitch. There's Reed Johnson, the center fielder.
Yeah, when you hear the term tipping pitches, that's exactly what they're talking about. Something that you're doing on a certain type of pitch, and that gives away the game. They know, okay, off-speed pitch. He always does this on off-speed pitch, or he always does something else on a fastball.
Ryan Dempster, big example of that. He's got that flip he does with his glove, and that's because he loads a split change grip or split finger grip in his glove all the time.
So he's using that kind of like the Pirates are using their jerseys today to camouflage it.
Really?
Yes. That's the flipping of the glove is camouflage to the fact that he may or may not be changing his grip in the glove.
So wear those all the time then. There's Dempster. Dempster pitched very, very well on Friday when I was on the wrong end for him of a 1-0 Cub loss. To shallow right field, Garrett Jones under it. 2 gone for Chicago. The Dempster's glove flip simply designed because he was tipping his pitches before, but he does this whether it's a fastball, whether it's a breaking ball, whether it's a split finger. Doesn't matter. It's very unorthodox. But that's when he changes his grip or keeps the same grip.
See, for me, that's a little late to be doing it. But everybody, once if you're used to changing it after you've started your windup, you've been doing it for a long time, well, that's fine. Most guys will change their grip right after they nod yes or no.
Dempster, one of baseball's good guys, lives in Chicago now. He moved from Colorado. He lived in Morrison, which was a suburb of Denver. Born in British Columbia. Lives in Wrigleyville and rides his bike to the park. Ground ball to third. Alvarez again the throw to second base, and Walker retires Baker on the force out. 3-0 Pirates headed to the bottom of the second at PNC Park. And under, presented by Number One Cochrane. Membership in the club gets kids perks all year long, including autograph sessions, complimentary tickets, and more. There are 2 membership options. To join or to see the full list of membership benefits, visit pirates.com/buckaroos. A lot of these Buckaroos having a good time today, trying to stay cool this warm Sunday afternoon, Memorial Day weekend. Glad you're spending part of it with us. Along with Dan Potash and Bob Walker, I'm Tim Never. Pirates with a 3-0 lead.
The young man had a own portable swamp cooler.
Yes, very ingenious. Came prepared. McHenry takes strike 1. McHenry, Bedard, then back to the top of the order, Jose Tabata. Garza's pitch, the 0-1. It's upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. See the Parrot, what of the Parrot you can see because he's camouflaged today. He sneaks up on people and Shoots him with that icy cold water out of the gun.
Yeah, he actually put shaved ice in that gun just to make it a little colder. That Parrott, he is so sneaky.
Popped up to the right side of the infield. Second baseman Darwin Barney makes the catch. One gone for the Bucs in the second. So Garza will now face his opposite number, Eric Bedard. Bedard with a 133 average. Every once in a while, he'll put the bat on the ball. Hasn't had a lot of occasions to do it throughout his career. This is his first year in the National League full time. He has had at bats in interleague play while pitching for Seattle and for Baltimore. He was with Boston last year as well. Ball and 1 strike to Bedard. I think Bedard's going to like the camo. He is very much an outdoorsman.
It'd be hard to get that one off him. Might sneak that one into the suitcase somehow.
2 strikes now to Bedard. Remember when Eric first got to Pittsburgh, he was concerned, didn't want people to know that he liked, like deer hunting, liked to watch deer and deer hunting. But he didn't realize that that's one of the pastimes here. When he was in Seattle, it's a little bit more of a sensitive topic in the Pacific Northwest. But that one's a close call in there.
Yeah, school's out here open day.
When I told him that, they had a day off for deer hunting season. He could not believe it.
Oh, he's peppering the stands pretty nicely. Must be a deer over there somewhere.
Yeah, Haig's looking for cover. Clint Hurdle's got the glove out.
Hit another one over there.
Don't turn around, Skipper. Slow roller to Castro. And Bedard just gets to first base. 2 men out.
Bedard is not the fleetest of the starting pitchers. He would be the last guy to go in as a pinch runner. He doesn't run down any deer.
He said, "Way to battle, baby." Back to the top of the order, Jose Tabla. He's 1 for 1. Majestic making her presence known. The Gateway Clipper fleet by the ballpark, right on schedule. 1-1 to Jose. Look at that. The Navy's out there today.
They run a slalom.
This one's going to curl out of play. Oh, what a play by the ball girl. Reaching over the railing. Yeah, it looked just a little bit of a lane.
Yeah,
for
a little bit of a lane off to the left there.
By.
But
good glove work by the ball girl, too. Protecting the fans. Oh, the 1-2. It's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is, you got to see this again.
Into the crowd. Very nice play. She has a Rawlings glove. She could have a gold sticker on that thing.
This one toward the bullpen, and that will get past Reed Johnson and go to the wall. And Tabla not stopping at second. He's heading for third. He'll be under the triple. Third triple of the season for Jose Tabla. And the Pirates with a man 90 feet away with 2 men out.
Well, if there was any doubt about the health of that leg, Not now after legging out this triple. Took a little bit of a gamble that triple. If Castro handles the throw cleanly, it tipped off the top of his glove. They're going to have an outside shot at a play at third. So again, that leg must be feeling good to roll the dice. Especially with 2 outs.
Josh Harrison had a career-long 10-game hitting streak snapped last night. Tries to bunt his way aboard. Foul. And the key at bat for Harrison was one in which he walked in the 9th inning after Tabata had led off with a base hit in a 2-2 ball game. And Rafael Dolis walked him. He was trying to sacrifice, trying to give himself up, give the Cubs an out, and the Cub reliever walked him.
He tried to do that in the first inning. They decided to throw it in the stands.
And down on strikes goes Harrison. Tabata left the third after the triple. 3-0 Pirates heading to the third. Standing by with a very special guest.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. We continue to celebrate Memorial Day. This is Sean Purnell, a native of Murraysville, who served in Afghanistan as an Army Ranger. You're now retired. I would think that Memorial Day is always a special day for you and all the soldiers that have served this country.
Yeah, it is. It's a really special day. My men and I try to honor the soldiers that didn't come home today in quiet reflection and celebration of their lives. It's a special day, and we try to take advantage of our time together as much as possible.
Special day for you on Friday. You were here with a group of friends and had a chance to do something that was kind of cool before the game started.
Yeah, Bob Nutting and the Pirates were awesome. They invited us down on the field, and we were honored before the game. I got to throw out the first pitch, and I didn't bounce it or overthrow it. I got it over the plate, and I was really happy about that. That was great.
Now, not everybody that you wanted to bring with you could attend on Friday, so how did that set the stage for today?
Yeah, well, when the Pirates heard about that, Bob invited us back again for Sunday, so the guys that didn't get to attend Friday are now here today. And so that, not only did they take care of my men and I, the Pirates, I was able to bring my family and friends down as well. And just an absolute, both Bob and the Pirates are a first-class organization. Just amazing.
Speaking of first class, you've also put some of your thoughts and feelings from your service into a book as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Yeah, well, I wrote a book called Outlaw Platoon, which basically details our 485 days in combat on the Afghan-Pakistan border. 485 days is the longest deployment in either of the two wars, Iraq or Afghanistan, and my men did some amazingly remarkable things. And I wanted Americans to know about their sacrifice. And, 6 years later, after we came home, the book was published, and here we are. Thank you for all that you have done and what you continue to do, Sean. Well, thank you, Dan. And thank you to the Pirates. This is just a wonderful day. Guys, good story keeps getting better.
Great story. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Sean. And that looks like a book that needs to be picked up.
Yeah, most definitely.
Matt Garza swing and a miss after Coy Hill went down on strikes looking. A 1 out, and the Cubs pitcher at the plate with a 1-1 count.
Memorial Day, always a very important time in this country to reflect on things that have happened in our history, but especially so when it happens in years where there are servicemen and women still in harm's way. Bring them home safe.
Garza down on strikes. 2 strikeouts this inning for Bedard. Back to the top of the order, David DeJesus to face Eric. Well, not only is it nice to be home this Memorial Day weekend, but it's nice we've had such great weather and the fans can enjoy Buccos baseball here at the ballpark, enjoy whatever plans they have this weekend. And obviously remember what we've been talking about, guys like Sean and his men. Strike called to DeJesus. He walked in the first inning.
A great opportunity here for a quick inning. Help out that pitch count a little bit right now. It's in the low 40s, 43. If you can get this inning over and be around 45 through 3 innings, nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, after striking out Garza, incidentally, Eric Bedard has now reached 1,000 innings for his career. He needed 2 2/3 to get there today. He's through 2 2/3 for 1,000 innings in his career. A.J. Burnett on Friday went over 2,000 innings for his career. Just 2 years separate them. Burnett 35 and Bedard 33.
We could end this inning right here on this pitch. That would be ideal. Pop up ground ball, something.
That is a swinging bunt. Too late at first base. That'll be a base hit.
I was hoping that one had some of that crazy spin on it that would take it in foul territory. Would not do it.
DeJesus can do a smile about that one too.
Just comes off the end of the bat. Sat down in the grass. The ball just settled right in on the lawn. Must know it's Memorial Day, having a picnic. Not going anywhere. Fort pounced on it, but nothing he could do.
Starlin Castro in the air to right field. Here comes Garrett Jones. He'll make the catch. And for Eric Bedard, he's pitched 50 innings for the Pirates this year, and he's put up zeros in 37 of those 50 innings. One hit for the Cubs, heading to the bottom of inning number 3 at PNC Park. You can follow the Pirates with the MLB.com @BAT app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Here's McCutchen facing Garza. McCutchen reached in a fielder's choice and got the ride home for free on the 3-run homer by Alvarez in the first inning. Down to third. Bobbled and recovered. Mather throws him out. 5-3 on the putout, 1 down.
Doing it the hard way. Just kind of flipped it up in the air. Had the barehanded.
Barely had time too. Just barely able to get it over there.
Yeah, that just takes so little time just to snap the ball out of the air real quick with your bare hand. But you could see how close it was at first. And with a fast runner, when you're a third baseman, you don't have even a blink of the eye most of the time. Everything has to be handled just about perfectly.
Alvarez hits it sharply up the middle, but playing him there is Starlin Castro. 2 down.
Well, last time up, Alvarez's ball traveled further than we thought it did. That home run, remember?
Well, it had a little help. This was after it came back in the ballpark. David DeJesus says, "I'm going to get this one wet," and splash down.
That's the furthest one we've seen travel in the water. Made it a quarter of the way across the river.
There's a relay throw by DeJesus.
There's baseball floating out there somewhere.
See, Cubs are used to seeing balls being thrown back in the field of play at their ballpark. It's kind of tradition. The other team hits them, but they don't have a river to throw them into. Walker now 0-2.
I guess when we go to Chicago, one of our guys could throw one up on the rooftop.
That's about as far as they could reach. Pittsburgh kid. He's got the whole arsenal of signs going out there, too. For every situation, he's got a sign. Garza's 0-2. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 28th career game against the Cubs for Neal. 35 for 103. 340 average. For the second time today, Garza strikes out Walker swinging. 1-2-3 go the Bucks. We'll go to the 4th, 3-0. home run of the season, but the PNC achievement has to do with what he's been doing with the glove recently, as Pedro Alvarez defense has picked it up in Detroit. And watch this play, getting Mahalam at the plate, and that perhaps saved the game as it turned out. That was a 1-0 Pirate win, and a very heads-up play by Pedro Alvarez on Friday night, rather last night. And a 1-run win, not the 1-0. That was Friday, but the 1-run win. Doing some good work at the hot corner. Here's Joe Mather, third hitter in the order. He's 0 for 1. Get into an inning-ending double play in the first. .270 for Mather. Ball outside. And now Bedard falling behind Mather, 3-0.
He had a real nice, fairly quick inning last time. Got the pitch count back in order. You don't want to start this inning off with a base on balls.
It's back in the count with a strike. Mather 0 for 4 last night. He's 5 out of 18 on the road trip. .290.
You never want to walk anybody anyway with a 3-run cushion. Just want to be very aggressive to that strike zone.
This one to left field and on a hop played by Tabata, so a leadoff single by Mather.
I think right there an example of Bedard just saying, okay, nobody walks, 3-run lead, here it is, fastball, pretty much middle of the plate. If you're going to get to first base, you're going to have to hit your way on it.
Alfonso Soriano, candidate to hit into a double play. He leads the club in double plays grounded into with 7. Curveball in for a strike. Soriano reached in a base on balls in the second inning to lead off that inning. Last night hit his 5th home run of the season. That was in the 4th. Takes a big cut.
Well, he usually does. Doesn't like to get cheated. Big long swing. He will swing and miss a lot, but when he does hook up the barrel of the bat, he usually jumps.
Bedard trying to miss his bat now on the 0-2 pitch. 1-2. Soriano still locked in with the Cubs. He will be there for a little while. Still a couple years left on his deal. Remember, he signed an 8-year deal. Still on that one. Picked by Harrison to second for 1. The turn, double play. Neil Walker got taken out at second by Mather. Big takeout slide. But a nice pick by Harrison to start the play. And the Pirates get 2 outs.
An excellent double play by everybody involved. And Harrison, a little tricky play. He has to angle in, take the ball on the backhand, and now throw across his body. A real good feed to Walker. But Walker has Mather all over him. Mather, rather.
Neil hanging in there, and Harrison, nice play. Walker really has done well adapting, and still you look at Neil and you marvel at how well he does on those double play turns, considering he has not played, relatively speaking, a lot of second base.
He's simply a good athlete. And both those guys good athletes.
Well, Harrison last year played no shortstop, and when he was up, they would have to go into shifts where, because they didn't want him playing shortstop, they didn't feel he was ready, they had to move guys around a little bit. Right when the season ended, Harrison was sent down to Bradenton, Florida, to instructional league. And the Pirates worked with him at short extensively. And in spring training, he had a number of starts at shortstop in the big league games. And the result paid off here.
So great feed right there. And then Mather bearing in hard, arms up. Walker. Did I say Mather again?
Yeah. Just remember, Mather rhymes with rather.
There used to be a place right across the street from McKechnie Field was Mather Furniture.
I see.
I have Mather in my. It's spelled the same way too.
I don't think Joe's family had anything to do with it.
No. But I think that's where I picked that up and can't get it out of my mind.
A little slow roller hit by Baker to second base. Takes care of that. So, second double play pulled off by the Pirates. Helps out Eric Bedard, and Walker and the Bucks up 3-0. Andrew McCutchen replica camo jerseys. Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Last night, you know the story. Prior to Matt Haig's walk-off hit by pitch, who was the last Pirate to do so? Who was the last Pirate to be hit by a pitch that ended a ball game? Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 2-2 pitch last night, struck Haig right in the side. It's happened in somewhat recent memory, but not for a long time. You don't have to go back to the 20s or 30s or anything like that. Just it's a name you know.
Not me. I don't know.
Well, I'll give you this one hint. You were around for it.
I figured by saying you didn't have to go back very far.
Yeah, I'm guessing that you probably actually saw it, unless it was a night off.
Like 84 on. That doesn't narrow it down much.
No. Well, by the way, that was the second time this year there's been a game that ended that way. Back on the 10th of April, Jonathan Broxton, the closer for the Kansas City Royals, plunked the A's Yoenis Cespedes to load the bases in the bottom of the 12th inning. Then he hits Johnny Gomes, and the A's walk off with a 5-4 win. Johnny Gomes last year involved in one of those. While with the Nationals against the Phillies, Brad Lidge, then with the Phillies, hits Gomes with the bases loaded to win the game.
I've always wondered why guys in those situations try to get out of the way of the ball.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, just let it hit you. Game over. You're a hero.
Since 1948, Gomes was the only player to be hit twice to end a game. It's happened 57 times, including last night. 57 times since 1948 that a game has ended on a hit by pitch.
You still haven't given me a good hint at all.
All right. It wasn't at PNC Park. It was at home, but obviously with a walk-off. But it wasn't at PNC Park. 2-2 pitch. And this one's fouled back by Jones.
It's got to be in the 80s or 90s.
I'll give you one more hint. Guy used to steal a lot of bases.
There we go. Now we got a hint. Yeah, 80s and 90s. It's a lot of players. I have to guess. Somebody would steal a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-2 to Jones. He goes down swinging. One out now for the Pirates in their half of the fourth inning.
Chase upstairs just a little bit. All right, I'm going to say from your hints, I'm going to say Jason Kendall. Because I mean, in that era, he was the guy that got hit the most by far of anybody, and he stole a lot of bases. That's going to be my guess. But
you want to stay with that, or do you want to phone a friend?
You're shaking your head, so.
You can use a lifeline if
I'm wrong. That was my guess, and I'm wrong. So it's okay.
Good guess. Good guess.
I'm wrong at least once or twice a day.
Haig fouls it off down the right side, 1-1. Well, then there was the time you thought you were wrong, but it turned out you were right, so you were wrong thinking about that. And there's Rafael Dolis, who gave it up last night. Had a real rough ninth. He walked two, hits Haig. Haig wearing the bruise to show it.
Had a wild night.
And the 1-1. And there's a base hit. And Matt Haig with a one-out single. He is now hit in 3 straight games.
The hit collector.
So Haig on first base. Now, of course, the date yesterday, Bob, May 26th, right? The last time the Cubs lost on a walk-off hit by a pitch was May 27th, almost 5 years to the day, 2007. Carlos Marmol hit Juan Pierre of the Dodgers. And then for the Cubs, they have to go back to 1974 for the last time that happened in franchise history. But back in 2007, the Cubs did that. Cubs right now are keeping track of a lot of things.
That down and in breaking ball. Marmol threw a real hard breaking ball down and in.
Snap throw down to first, and Haig gets back. The Cubs have lost 11 straight, so they're looking at their longest losing streak since 1997. You might hear that year come up again in the next half inning.
Why don't you give these kind of clues when I haven't guessed yet?
Strike call to McHenry.
97 would probably been my same guess, so it didn't make a difference.
It's the 11th time in 137 years of Cubs baseball they've had a losing skid of 11 or more. Count even 2-2.
Hey, there's somebody with a celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday. Which reminds me.
Yes.
Logan Steele.
That is correct.
First ever birthday today.
That's right. Jason Steele, the brain in the truck, we talked in the trailer. One of the gypsies who travels with us is not here today, celebrating the first birthday of his son Logan. Happy birthday. So McHenry strikes out. 2 strikeouts in the inning now for Garza.
Smoked that Fastball by him on the outside corner.
Here's Bedard. He takes a strike.
Now I understand why Jason will take today off. Makes perfect sense. That wants to spend the day with Logan and his wife Sophie. First birthday, very important.
Now I know why he took this day off last year.
I didn't remember that today.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense also.
Well, we were on the road in New York against the Mets last Memorial Day weekend. I said, where's the brain? It must be pretty important for him not to be here. Well, I guess that's a good excuse. Looks good in the pillbox hat, doesn't it?
Those are some great jerseys. They'll be very popular. We're going to see those everywhere.
Yeah, all the teachers in school on Tuesday when the kids get back. You're going to see a lot of Pirates camo.
School be getting out soon.
Bedard goes down on strikes. So the hit by Matt Haig, but Garza strikes out the side. 3-0 Buccos.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruise, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
Are they training?
The motor broke.
I guess they don't want to lose the boat.
They're towing the boat in.
Oh, now that is
Whoa.
a camo outfit.
Yeah. Oh, where'd he go?
I can see his hat. Lots of folks having a good time today, no matter what they're wearing at the ballpark. Does his mother know he left the house like that?
My guess is he didn't walk out the front door with that outfit.
No, not a chance. And those two guys either. Here's Reed Johnson. And Johnson finds himself in the hole.
Get some of those outfits for the next Open we do. What do you think?
Oh, it'll be a good night to be on radio then.
Full body shoot.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know how it goes. Oh, 2 pitch. When misses. What would it take to get you in one of those?
Crane.
Yeah, getting in's one thing. How about getting out?
I don't know what it would take to get it. A lot of
pair of scissors, knife.
Yeah.
That guy can do whatever he wants. Nobody can see him. Johnson's down on strikes, and the throwdown on the drop third strike. Iron City Beer presents Fan Jam, featuring Boys to Men, live in concert Saturday, June 9th. After the Bucks host the Kansas City Royals at 7:15. See the top-selling R&B group of all time sing their hits like On Bended Knee and End of the Road. It's also an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Saturday. All fans get a scratch card good for prizes from Eaton Park. Tickets are going fast. Make sure to get yours soon at Pirates.com. Boys to Men coming for Fan Jam. Tickets are in demand for that one. Darwin Barney takes low ball one. One out in the Cub fifth. Pirates a 3-0 lead. A 3-run home run by Pedro Alvarez in the bottom of the first. What a nice day to be doing that.
Yeah, Memorial Day from now on, that river is going to be packed. It looks like it's going to be a warm, just hot, gorgeous summer. That's just a taste of a few of the boats that are going to be out there as this summer starts to wear on.
We're going to do a game from a boat someday.
When's the last time we've had any rain around here, though? Get some rain soon. There won't be a river to float your boat.
They could put us right there in the front. Do the game from there.
A couple monitors, or we just watch the scoreboard. Do a radio game.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. You know that I'll do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Got to bring our sunblock.
Whatever you want to do. I'll just get a big straw hat.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Darwin Barney. The payoff pitch from Bedard. That one missed. That's the 3rd walk issued by Eric this afternoon.
A little bit like that last start, where just the normal good control, not quite there. Those fastballs on the inside instead of right on the corner for a strike, they're missing in. Just a smidgen.
Bedard at 71 pitches, 42 of them for strikes. Coy Hill, switch hitter. Swing and a miss. Now the Cubs this year, Bob, have played fewer games than any team in the big leagues against left-handed starters. 9, and they're 1-8 against left-handed starters this year.
Good news, bad news thing for them. They can't hit them, but they don't have to very often.
Like everybody else around baseball, they'd like to hit them more often. Dale Swain in a tough spot for his team, losing 11 straight. Pirates hoping to hand them a dozen today.
They pretty much made it public before spring training and in the off season that they were going to go through a rebuilding process, that they were going to have some lean times here early on, and they're right on the money. It's lean right now.
Two missed inside, count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. In 137 years of baseball, they've only had a 12-game losing streak 7 times. It would be 8 if the Pirates hand them a loss here today. Bedard's 2-2. And Hill to the right side. Walker will have one play. He'll take it there. And Darwin Barney safe over there at second base. So 2 men out now for the Cubs in the 5th. Cubs collectively batting only .231 coming into the game against left-handed pitching this season. It's the 6th lowest mark in the National League. 0-59 for Garza, who struck out his first time up. Barney in scoring position at second base. Ground ball toward the middle. Harrison throws out Garza, and Barney is stranded. Nothing across in the 5th. Bedard and the Bucks lead 3-0. And Potash and Bob Walk. Tim Neverett with you on this Sunday afternoon of Memorial Day weekend. Glad you're along with us. As Pirates and Cubs wrap up this series. This day in Pirates history, May 27th, 1991. Doug Drabek pitched his second career one-hitter in the Pirates' 8-0 win at St. Louis. Brought to you by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Remember that one?
Oh, it was hot that day. Wow. Yeah, Busch Stadium used to get just smoking with the sun beating down on the turf all the time, and it was a day where you didn't want to spend a lot of time out in the middle of that diamond. Wanted to get in that dugout out of that heat, and Doug went through him like a hot knife through butter.
Was it a quick game?
Real quick game.
You'd figure.
One hitter doesn't take long.
That's right. That's right. Well, the DirecTV blimp that we had at our disposal has vacated the area. There are expected thunderstorms coming in from the north. So the weather has chased our blimp away today. But we do appreciate their work over the weekend. Outstanding shots. They gave us aerial coverage, but there is some weather on the way. Jose Tabata's 2 for 2. Single in the first, triple in the second inning. Batting for the third time here in the 5th. Jose's brought his average up a bit to 226. Now the third baseman way in on the grass and off the line a little at third base for Tabata. Jose swings, hits the ball the other way right into the glove of Baker, the first baseman, who steps on the bag, and a quick and easy out for Garza and the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th. Our AT&T Mobility trivia question we asked you a while ago. Bob had a guess on it prior to Matt Haig's walk-off hit by pitch last night. Who was the last Pirate to do so? April 15th, 1997, against the Padres. Tony Womack, Three River Stadium. You were guessing Kendall.
I wonder who hit him. If it was a right-hander or a left-hander.
That's a good question. There's a question within the question.
Yeah, it's like an onion. The trivia questions is layers, you know.
Well, the staff on the trailer is now hard at work. High fly ball to center field, and Reed Johnson grabs it for the out. Harrison 0 for 2, 0 for 3, beg your pardon. Reached on an error in the first. The Guards will face McCutchen. McCutchen 0 for 2.
You wonder what kind of decisions the Cubs are going to be making this July 31st. Still having some quality players on the team and going through this period of transitioning. Garza pitching well. Dempster, we showed him a while ago. He's throwing well, pitching well, even though the record doesn't show it. All of his other stats are in good shape. They have some valuable pieces.
Well, Holmes had a good start to the season. Ball pitched fairly well yesterday. Gave up a few hits, scattered them around the park. But Paul, remember, started 4-0 this year.
So they could be very active at the trading deadline, you would think. Some players they could move for prospects if they decide to go that route.
McCutchen with a healthy cut and miss. A couple of seasoned veterans right there, and another one there in left field, Alfonso Soriano. Cubs would love to go younger. 1-2 pitch. And McCutchen hammers one to left field. This ball is back, and this ball is gone. Home run for Andrew McCutchen. His 8th of the season. And the Pirates lead it 4-0.
Once you get out to that lead, you never want to just sit on it. You want to add if you can. It's been very difficult this year for the Pirates to add on any kind of a lead. Maybe this is a sign of the future. Up by 4 now. And a ball that was down, and let's hit this one to the right part of left field. Got it over there just where the wall starts coming in a little shallower, although might have had the distance anyway. See that ball? Definitely a strike, but down, a little above the knees. About the same height that the Alvarez home run was.
Andrew McCutchen on Andrew McCutchen replica Jersey Day. Hits a home run. Kids will remember that. Alvarez takes the breaking ball for a strike. In Garza's last outing against Houston, he also gave up 2 home runs. Gave up 7 runs total, most by a Cubs starter this year.
Pirates able to establish that air superiority really early on. Continue it.
Now to first base. Baker will step on the bag. Bucks get another one as Andrew McCutchen goes yard for the 8th time this year, 8th time this month. McCutchen with a big fly, giving the Bucks their 4th run. Hey, dude, where's my car? sixth inning. Time for the Coors Light freeze cam. Soriano hits one to Harrison. This will end up being a double play as Mather, the takeout slide on Walker. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Walker hanging in there today despite being 0 for 2. Good job defensively. And he will lead off the Pirates half of the sixth inning.
Now the Gypsies have found an answer.
They have.
To who threw the pitch.
Oh, who hit Tony Womack in 97?
Yes.
Yeah, who was that?
I'll wait till this pitch.
David DeJesus, the batter. And he will take ball one.
First of all, I want to thank Becky. She's the one that's sitting in for Logan's dad today. And Becky said it was Sterling Hitchcock. It was a fastball on a 2-1 count. And it was about 64 degrees. It was a cooler day in San Diego than normal.
See, Becky's figured it out, because even if you had just the answer Sterling Hitchcock, then you would have said, well, what was the count? How many outs?
It's an onion.
What was the weather like?
Yeah.
So she's got it figured out. Get every bit of possible information until there's nothing left of the onion. DeJesus, 3 balls and no strikes.
She's probably got tears in her eyes. She had to peel so far.
Well, that's the official weather forecast.
It is hot.
Official game time temperature today, 88.
Wouldn't have it any other way. One of those portable swamp killers.
Breaking ball for a strike, 3-1.
The way the weather has been this homestand, it's going to be a great summer of baseball.
The 3-1 pitch. This one fouled off. Count full 3-2. Yeah. After this, the Pirates stay home. Memorial Day game tomorrow against the Reds. Cincinnati comes in for 3. And a travel day Thursday, and then it is off on the road again. Heading out to Milwaukee for the first time this year to face the Brewers. Look at that.
Now tell me that's not a summertime shot.
DeJesus has walked. This is the 3rd time that Bedard has walked the leadoff man today.
He's just not really locked in. And I don't know, 2 games in a row. Rob asked me about that in the pregame. I said it's just a lot of times guys are kind of up and down during the season with the control. You know, hopefully these last couple of games he's just on one of those little down type deals. I don't think it's anything to do with his back. Kind of nitpicking too. Also, he's throwing nothing but zeros up there. He's throwing a shutout right now.
Yeah,
2-hitter.
What he's done the majority of his innings this year is throwing up zeros, and when he's been hit, it's been the bad inning. One bad inning here, one bad there. Jared Hughes now starting to loosen up. Castro hits this one well to right field, but waiting for it is Jones. Castro's 0 for 3. That's what you got to do. You keep Castro off the bags, keep him from producing. You got a good chance to win a ball game against the Cubs. Very short time, he's established himself as their best player.
Yeah, he won't be somebody they're looking to deal when it comes to that trading deadline. He's certainly part of their future.
One out. Here's Joe Mather. DeJesus aboard. And Mather to left field. Tabata's got a beat on it. The 2-man out. DeJesus retreating to first.
Couple outs with the last 2 pitches.
That certainly helps.
Yeah, every time the pitch count, you start to get a little concerned with it. Eric able to get a couple of quick outs. So now Might be able to get out of the 6th inning and still have his pitch count in the 80s and set himself up to pitch into the 7th.
Soriano has walked and hit into a double play. Bedard has only pitched into the 7th twice this year. That's 7 innings on opening day against the Phillies. That was a 1-0 Philadelphia win. Pitched very well, but was on the wrong side of Roy Halladay that day. And then on the 22nd of April, also pitched 7 innings against St. Louis. Scattered 7 hits, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Struck out 7. Ready for the weather? Or is that to cover the sun, Troy?
Must be something coming.
Yeah. He's ready?
I think he said both.
Both? Down to third base. Alvarez will go that way and retire the man on the force out at second. So Eric Bedard through 6 full. The Bucks up 4-0 on the first day at PNC.
No doubt about it that the Bucks are us. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. Little fans of other clubs trying to claim a new team. You see us raising hell around the league. They should probably rename us Devils, just like Wiz Khalifa got the nation rocking black and yellow. Make your imagination, this is real. Can you feel it? You know we're still
thanks to Chucky Jacoby. Into the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 Bucks. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. We're having fun here at PNC Park. Neil Walker trying to have a little more fun than in his first 2 at bats. Struck out swinging twice against Matt Garza. Walker has had good numbers against the Cubs. Coming into the game over the course of his 27 prior games, hit .343 against the Cubs with 5 home runs. One of those a grand slam on opening day last year. 2-0. Garza, who does own a no-hitter, by the way, while with Tampa Bay in 2010, 26th of July, no-hit the Detroit Tigers.
Cubs now have action in their bullpen as Garza's getting up there a little bit in pitches.
Phil Dolis in there again. After he had that 9th inning he had last night, costing the Cubs the game, Walker draws the base on balls to lead off the inning. Dale Swain, the skipper of the Cubs, was quoted in the papers saying today that Dolis was throwing scuds all over the place. And he said one pitch is a strike, the next pitch is all over the place, and he said it's unacceptable and they have to fix that.
Well, perhaps they've done a little talking with him this morning, changed something. They got him up, see if they can get him back out there. Maybe he can throw a few more strikes.
Jones takes one on the corner. Jones with a double today, 1 for 2. Garrett trying to take advantage of this opportunity today. He's found himself coming off the bench the last several games. A little tapper back to the first baseline, and it rolls foul. So probably a break for Jones.
I think it might be a break for Jones, but maybe not a break for the Pirates. That would have been at least a productive out. You had a runner at second base, only one out. Yeah, Corey Hill letting that one go on purpose.
See what Jones does with his second chance.
Letting that ball go can turn out to be a good play. If Jones gets a hit, not so good play.
That was definitely a foul.
Yep. But anytime you have an out in front of you and you decide not to take it, you're rolling the dice. It's kind of like football, taking points off the scoreboard.
It's a no-no. Jones hammers it deep to right field. Way back and gone. Home run, Garrett Jones. Worked out for him.
Yes, it did. Boy, Hill's thinking I should have jumped on that swinging bunt.
A two-run shot for Jones, his 5th of the season, and the Pirates now leading it 6-0.
G.I. Jones might have just put that one away. Outside corner, he went out and got it. Let's see on the strike zone. That pitch was a strike, but it definitely was on the outside corner, and Jones just went out and hooked it out of the ballpark. Well out, halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way up the right field bleachers.
Garrett Jones chases Matt Garza out of the ball game. We've got a pitch and change at PNC Park. A big blow by G.I. Jones makes it 6-0. Jones came dressed for the occasion today. He's got a couple of extra base hits. This one a big fly. 6-0. Pirates with the lead. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Garza, the Cubs starter, chased after 5+. And the new pitcher, Rafael Dolis. He was the guy who hit Matt Haig in the 9th on a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs last night. And he'll face first Matt Haig. So Dolis returns to the scene of the crime.
A little different situation now, though. Game well in hand for the Pirates, thanks to that Garrett Jones home run. That about did it. You would think with the Pirates pitching the way it's been, you can chalk this one up as a W. You can't see him blowing this lead.
Alvarez, McCutchen, and Jones all with home runs today.
That's the Pirate Air Force today right there. They took and maintained that air superiority.
That's what you talked about in our tips to win before the game. We're talking specifically about the air attack for Alvarez, and he started that off early. McCutchen continued it. And then Jones with the last one. Well, the next one, maybe not the last one. The Rivers Casino tips to win we showed you at the beginning of the game.
Well, they certainly have scored through the air today. That's been easy. As far as the speed, they really haven't had to use it. We did see a couple of times where they pushed it on the bases with it was Harrison getting himself a double on a ball that was cut off in the gap, and then Tabata pushed a sure double into a triple. A couple of double plays today. Good defense.
McCutchen having his 6th inning snack.
I think Kutch eats almost as much in the dugout as we see Rock eat in
the booth.
Not in the booth. In the
press room.
The press area, we'll say. Yeah, well, I've never seen Rock eat a thing in the booth.
Never?
No.
Never. You sure about that?
I have seen him.
Okay.
Never in the booth with it.
That's right.
Well, we're going to talk about those scuds, I think.
Yeah, Chris Bosio coming out to talk to Rafael Dolis.
Definitely not showing a lot of accuracy at this point.
This is what Dale Swain was talking about after the game last night, saying, and you can tell Bosio's a bit upset with him because he's just not throwing strikes. He's got a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball. He's got great velocity. And what's happening now is the Cubs manager is losing faith in this reliever because when the ball leaves his hands, he doesn't know where it's going to end up.
Well, the first question that you always have to answer when talking about a control problem, is it a mental thing? Is he not trying to throw the ball for a strike? Is he trying to be too fine and just nitpick? And if that's not the case, if he's just trying to throw the ball for a strike and he's missing, well, now you have a physical problem. Not physical like he's hurt, but the release point is disappeared. Very inconsistent. He doesn't know where the ball is going. It's not his fault. He's trying to throw it right down the middle, but he's just not able to hit it.
McHenry taking all the way there. 2-1. And you got to take the way that he came in and walked Haig so quickly, and then you get 2-0 on McHenry, causing the early visit from the dugout. You got to take that pitch. McHenry's got to also realize that 3-1, this one's got to be right down the middle. He's got to be looking in the keyhole, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, 2-0, 3-1. That's always your plan. Is you pick a certain spot and a certain pitch, and hope it's there, and then you Those are your chances to really take a run at the ball, try to drive it for extra bases or out of the ballpark.
So Dolis walks the first 2 men he has faced.
He wants off the mound. Look at the body language. See the way he waved his hand after he bounced that, and then he's looking toward the dugout. He wants out.
And he's going to get out. Dale Swaim has seen enough. He's coming out to get the right-hander. It has not been a good series for Rafael Dolis.
When you act like you don't want to be out there, then you won't be very long.
Well, the Cubs' second pitching change this inning. Still nobody out. 2 men on base. It's a 6-0 Pirate lead. Inside Pirates baseball this week, the team talks about Andrew McCutchen's hot streak. We go golfing with James McDonald and Daniel McCutchen, and a lot more. It's Inside Pirates baseball tomorrow, 12:30, here on Root Sports. Looking good in the new Andrew McCutchen replica camo game jerseys. And the Pirates looking good here today. 6-0, bottom of the 6th, 2 on, nobody out. Michael Bowden is the new pitcher for Dale Swaim's Chicago Cubs. Bowden coming over from the Red Sox organization. And now he has to tangle with the Pirates as things have gone their way this inning, certainly. And Rafael Dolis came in to replace Matt Garza, walked 2 men, and was immediately yanked. So Bowden out of Oswego, Illinois.
To get somebody out there right now that can throw the ball over the plate. You know you're scuffling when you get pulled with the pitcher coming up.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot, do you?
No, you're really having a bad day when that happens.
Well, Bedard will hit for himself here. Trying to get the runners over. Bowden, who spent most of the year last year in AAA Pawtucket, fields the ball, straightens up, throws over to first base, and Eric Bedard, successful sacrifice, gets Haig down to third and McHenry over to second.
We have a pinch hitter.
Well, hitting for Jose Tauda is Gorkis Hernandez. Gorkis Hernandez made his major league debut in this homestand.
I was going to say, maybe something is after that triple. I didn't think the leg was okay. Maybe there is something still wrong with the leg.
Well, the infield will come in.
Tauda leaving early.
Now Hernandez in there, batting the leadoff spot. Lucas Hernandez still looking for his first big league knock. Maybe today's the day.
It'd be a meaningful one. It came a couple ribeyes. Good day to have a couple of ribeyes on the grill.
Fired up later too. Blocked by Hill. Haig stays put. Earlier,
first inning.
Yeah, when he had a base hit, went first to third, and kind of came up a little lame. But the very next inning, he hit a triple, legged it out, didn't show any signs of wear.
Well, even in this inning, when he got thrown out at the plate, he jumped right up and jogged off the field. So I really baffled by it. I don't know what to think.
2 balls and a strike to Gorkis Hernandez. Hernandez, part of the trade originally for Nate McLeod. It was Jeff Locke, Gorkis Hernandez, and Charlie Morton coming from Atlanta. And at one point last week, everybody in that trade involved in it was in the same clubhouse, the Pirates. There it is, first major league hit for Hernandez. Haig will come in to score. Rounding third is McKinley. It is 8-0. The first major league hit for Gorkis Hernandez is a 2-run single.
Hit it hard too. This is not just a chopper through a drawn-in infield. Put the head of the bat to it. Hit the line drive.
Save the ball.
The ball will go to the authenticator. Happy man. Should be. Took a pitch down and in and able to rip it the other way.
Always good to see the first one. And the ones to follow aren't bad either.
8 runs on the board for the Bucks today. Going for the sweep in style.
Both of those runs charged to Dolis. Garza gives up 6. Dolis gives up 2. And now Bowden responsible for Hernandez at first base. 1 out, 1 on, and a 1-1 count to Josh. And at this point, with an 8-run deficit, Cubs not going to hold him on first. Well, we saw Matt Haig get his first major league hit this season as well. Back in early April against the Philadelphia Phillies, came in as a pinch hitter, and he also had an RBI on his first major league hit. And ironic, he's on base and becomes the first guy to score, driven in by Hernandez with his first major league hit. It's in the second deck. It's always fun to see him get the first one, and it's one you always remember. You had a first major league hit
against Cubs. Dennis Lamb.
Dennis Lamb gave it up.
I knew you were going to ask.
Yeah,
that's the next layer of the onion.
Right. What was the count?
You know, I could just make something up, but I'll just say I don't know.
Stump you?
I was going to throw something out there with you.
Fastball?
Why bother?
Curveball.
I'm sure it was a fastball.
Fastball?
At that stage of my career, I couldn't hit anything that wrinkled. Actually, I never could.
That is in the dirt.
It was your basic swing late, hit a ground ball between first and second.
The next layer of the onion. Any idea where that ball is?
Oh, I have no idea. I think there's so much stuff up in the attic. It's probably in some cardboard box tucked away up there.
The payoff pitch. That's outside ball 4. Another walk this inning. fourth man to reach via the free pass in the sixth. Hernandez down to second, Harrison at first, and now Andrew McCutchen will come up for the fourth time. Time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. And let's go back to the fifth. Andrew McCutchen with 2 outs. Went down after it and found the corner for his 8th home run of the year. Today's Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Every pitch that's been hit out of the ballpark this afternoon has been a pitch that's down.
See if they can do it again.
Leave 2 of them on the outside part of the plate. Down and away. It used to not be a dangerous place to pitch. It's down and away. But it has been this afternoon.
2 men on, 1 out. Harrison at first. Hernandez in scoring position. Hot shot. Castro won't play it. Bases loaded. That'll be a base hit for McCutchen.
I don't know this for a fact, but I'm wondering if Castro looked up to see if he had a play at third base. Maybe that's why he didn't handle this. Well, it looks like he's looking at the baseball the whole time.
Well, Starlin Castro looking on as the bases are full of bucks. And Bob, for the first time this season, Pedro Alvarez is up with the bases loaded. And the pitch coming to Pedro. Fouled it off.
Well, after the 3-run home run, we talked about how rare it's been this year to have an at-bat with multiple runners on base. It just hasn't happened very many times this year.
Hernandez at third base. Josh Harrison over at second. And the man at first base is Andrew McCutchen. So the 0-1. And this one to center. He's going to get one of them in. Johnson makes the catch. Hernandez sprints home for the 9th run.
It's looking to go double figures. One more home.
That ties their season high in runs scored. They scored 9 in a 9-3 win against the Braves in Atlanta on the 30th of April.
Good speed out at second base. Just take a single. Crack that 10-run mark.
Alvarez with 4 RBIs today.
I'll be a very happy clubhouse after the game.
Marcus Hernandez, his first major league hit. Pirates have batted around. Neil Walker started it off. He drew the walk that began the bottom of the 6th inning. He has scored. Marcus Hernandez, welcome to the club.
Nice to see him get that first hit. I hope nothing is seriously wrong with Jose Tapia.
The last time the Pirates scored more than 9 in a game. Go back to July 3rd of last season against the Nationals. When they put 10 up. Harrison would be that 10th run if he can come in. 2 men out, 1-1 to Walker. Bowden delivers. 253 for Neal. You know, things are going well when you're at the plate for the second time in an inning.
Hopefully he can pick up that 16th RBI on the year and put us into double figures. It'd be a nice little something that you don't have to talk about anymore.
There you go. Here comes Harrison. And for the first time this season, the Pirates have scored in double digits. 10-0. An RBI single for Walker.
It took a little while, but it was done.
And it's safe to show the brooms, I think, at this point.
Absolutely.
Pirates looking for the sweep.
Absolutely.
Nice job going the other way.
Yep, just went with it. Able to knock home that run. Any kind of a hit really going to get Harrison home. He's got that kind of speed, quickness on the base paths.
Garrett Jones with a 2-run home run earlier this inning. Good day for Jones. 2 for 3, a double and a 2-run bomb. Alvarez, Jones, and McCutchen the home runs. 10 runs on 10 hits for the Pirates.
Pirates get the shutout today because of contrast in shutouts.
Got 1-0 and
1-0 and
10-0.
possibly 10-0.
1-0 Friday. So much for those 1-run games. Pirates played 46 games before today. 22 were 1-run decisions. Pirates won 13. We talked about that when we opened up the telecast today, but I have a sinking suspicion this won't be a 1-run game. Keep in mind too that Pirates bullpen has been very serious about their work this year. After the 6th inning, the Pirates have had a lead. The team is 14-1, 15-0 after 7, 17-0 after 8 with a lead. McCutchen at second, Walker at first, 2 outs, nothing into the count. Ball and 2 strikes.
Trying to backdoor that breaking ball, but like Jones, if it was close enough, he was going to walk out there and get it.
Now, there's been plenty of brooms in the ballpark today, but we've held off.
Kind of like a no-hitter.
Sort of, we didn't want to talk about it until it was safe. Hold up.
If you're the Cubs, how do you not check on that? Ask for an appeal. You might get yeah, he went just because it's 10-0 and there's rain coming. Gotta ask. Not that I want GI to go down on strikes. It just surprised me. Corey Hill just threw the ball back to the pitcher like, no, he didn't check swing or anything.
Jones from the air to left. Soriano will make the catch. Pirates bat around, and they've got a 10 spot on the board. Hernandez, his first major league hit, and the brooms are out at PNC Park. Kansas City Royals visit PNC Park to battle the Bucks Friday, June 8th at 7:05. It's another free shirt Friday. All fans get a Pirates t-shirt. Compliments of Augustine's Pizza. Come early for a block party on Federal Street before the game and enjoy local live music and food. For tickets, visit pirates.com/free shirt Friday. James McDonald was modeling it. I know Frank Augustine's going to be real happy to see his shirts all around town again. And everybody happy to see the Pirates score right now. A 6 spot in the 6th, 10-0. Heading to the 7th inning. Marcus Hernandez remaining in the ball game, and he moves to center field. Jamaica Navarro is in left field. Tabata has left the game due to discomfort in his left leg. So Barmes goes into the 3-hole where McCutchen was hitting. Hernandez up top and Navarro down below. And over at second base, Harrison, he remains in for Walker. And Chris Resop, the new pitcher.
The spring training game just broke out. All kinds of changes.
So Tabata, again, discomfort and cramping in his left leg. He'll be treated today, reevaluated tomorrow. Did look like he had some discomfort. First ball swinging is Baker. Right to his former teammate in Colorado, Clint Barmes. They shared the left side of the infield for a little while there. 1 down. Good start for Resop.
Memories at the ballpark made today.
Center fielder Reed Johnson facing Resop with 1 out. Chris delivers a strike. And we'll do it again tomorrow afternoon. Back-to-back day games. Memorial Day holiday. Cincinnati comes in. Donald getting the nod tomorrow against Bronson Arroyo. 0-2. J-Mac has been nothing if not consistent. Very, very good. Deserved a better fate his last time out for sure.
Consistently excellent.
Yep. He has been the most consistent pitcher on this staff. Eric Bedard, by the way, the pitcher of record today for the Bucks. And you know, even though he walked a guy here, walked a guy there, he walked 3 leadoff hitters in an inning. Didn't hurt him at all. A couple of double plays helped out. Still hung zeros today. So Ray Searage has to be happy with the effort from Eric Bedard, who right now is.
Team always plays well when he's out there. This will be what 5 wins in his last 6 starts. Team wins.
It would be his 3rd and his 1st at PNC Park. To right field, Jones going back. 2 men out. Let's check in with Dan Potash. Danny?
All right, guys, thank you. You know, former Pirate and Pittsburgh native Sean Casey joining forces with Pirate Charities. It celebrated the first opening day at Miracle League Fields in the South Hills on Saturday. It's actually located at Boyce Mayview Park, and this is the fifth Miracle League Field to open since 2009, which continues to allow kids with special needs to play baseball regardless of their challenges. Sorry, guys, first day with the new lips. Stumbling a little bit.
That's okay. It's a great message, and we see Sean occasionally here at the ballpark. See him a lot on television too. But
Cincinnati becoming a town, he might come by.
He may slip by. He does some work for them occasionally.
Yep, he does some red games.
We should make note. You know, the players that you saw down there, Hanrahan and Grilly. There was a player from the Cubs there as well, Ryan Dempster, who's good friends with Casey and also donated a lot of money. That should be pointed out too. So Darwin Barney flies out to Gorkis Hernandez. These are the people who attended yesterday. Bob Nutting, Frank Coonley, Sean Casey, Dempster, Hanrahan, and Grilly. 7th inning stretch. Time for God Bless America. Terrific shots brought to you by the ATH Cam today around PNC Park. They want to be raising that thing up the flagpole when this one's done. It looks like they're well on their way. 10-0, bottom of the 7th. New pitcher on Blake Parker. Jeff Baker goes out to left field. He was at first base. And there he is, Gibsonia's own Blake Lally. And the numbers on Parker. Well, good to see Lally getting some time here. Just an interesting story for him. Much different than his teammate in high school, Neil Walker, who was a freshman on the Pine Richland Rams team that Lally was a senior on. So, you know, upperclassman. He was playing the outfield. Neil was a freshman stud catching. And Neil, after his senior years, drafted first round. Lally was not drafted. He had to try to fight to play in college. Finally found a scholarship at Gardner-Webb in North Carolina. And from there, had to earn his way into pro ball as a free agent. Cubs signed him in 06. And from there he worked his way up. Now, granted, as a catcher, normally getting a chance to play first base here late in this game. But the Cubs have had just problems injury-wise with catchers, so he continued to move up the ladder and get to play here in his hometown during this series. Down on strikes goes Haig looking for one away in the bottom half of the 7th. This guy came to Pittsburgh to meet Lacey Collins.
All the way from Chicago. Looks like he's got a Cub uniform on.
Didn't he bother to check and see whether it was her day off or not? Yep. No resemblance, Dan.
Sorry. Tell him that she's enjoying a day off. Maybe next time.
You might want to go break the news to him.
Yeah, I'll stay away. I'll stay away. I don't want to mess with a good thing. We got 10 runs. That's good. I'm sure he's happy about that.
Wasn't this guy here last year? I seem to remember that same guy here last year at the same sign. Lacey might know. Required headgear.
It's kind of like the Pittsburgh version of that panda hat they have in Frisco.
Yeah.
A little more of a springtime hat.
It's a Kentucky Derby kind of hat.
It's the kind of hat I like. Big straw hat. I'm not saying that's a straw hat, but reminds me of a big straw hat. Keep that sun off you.
A lot of folks like that hat. McHenry takes a strike. Michael today is 0 for 2. He walked and scored a run. Came in on Gorkis Hernandez. First major league hit. To the air down the right field line, but foul. And Lally is not going to be able to play it.
He was a little uncomfortable with that wall. Didn't get there in time. Normally you want to get to that wall, find it as soon as possible, and then you can make an adjustments. But he's a little leery of where it might be, and never did get over there, and the ball actually hit right on top of the fence.
Well, Blake Parker now with a 2-2 count on Michael McHenry.
Fort gets another chance.
I told you about the precipitation on the way. Well, looks like it's arrived. Count is full now. There's some storms heading this way from the north off the lake. Down through Cleveland. To Erie. What's it look like out there? Our true center camera. Troy, you got a good report for us?
Well, Troy had a parasol. Now it's what, freeze? What's French for rain?
The pluie.
Take your word
Base
for
it
that.
for McHenry.
The sun umbrella to keeping the wet stuff off. The wall of Troy. Take a Trojan horse to get through that baby.
We get great shots right down Main Street, don't we? All the way to the catcher's mitt.
Right down Forbes Avenue.
Jamaica Navarro takes outside. There's Bill Morello. He doesn't care about the weather.
Right down underneath us here.
He's a veteran. He doesn't care about the weather. He's been through it all. Football season's coming up, Bill.
They'll be
Get
up.
your jacket up.
They'll be up here in the booth shortly, shooting us.
Keith Reese, yep.
I don't see any umbrella there either.
Nah, he didn't need it. It's Pittsburgh. These guys are tougher than most. Got some tough camera guys in this town. Tough TV technicians. Heat, rain, snow, doesn't bother. To shortstop, Castro. Barney for one. That's a double play. That takes care of the 7th. On to the 8th inning. Pirates in front comfortably.
Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deal on Tempur-Pedic mattresses, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Well, our weather-beaten camera crew captures some great moments during Bucco games. Now, you can make these moments yours. To check out our new Capture the Moment photo gallery, you can view and download special Pirate game photos taken by Root Sports. Just visit rootsports.com. There's some great ones up there, so check them out. Make a great wallpaper for your computer, that kind of thing, screensaver.
They're definitely great shots.
Yeah. So Terry out there just a moment ago, Terry Kissel.
Cubs stink, don't they?
He was holding his nose.
No offense, Cubs. I just
I was just trying to.
Couldn't pass that up.
You're just trying to capture the moment.
Couldn't pass that up. But it's 10-0 today. Sorry.
See, look at that. Boys will be boys. You know, it's always fun till somebody gets hurt.
Trying to pull their noses right off. I think it was a contest, see who could hold their breath the longest. Go.
Go. Well, didn't last long, did it? 1-1 to Coy Hill. That's a base hit, a rip to right. Hill is now 1 for 3. He singles to lead off the 8th inning. AGH Sports Medicine injury update. The Reds coming in. Bill Bray on the 15-day DL with a groin injury. Nick Massett, right shoulder, and third baseman Scott Rowland, a left shoulder injury. So some key figures for the Reds on the DL. However, the Reds start the day in first place by a game and a half over St. Louis. They have beaten Colorado 7-5, while St. Louis is leading Philadelphia 8-1 in the 7th. So that could just stay the same by tomorrow. And this one a loop to left field. So Blake Lally gets a base hit in his hometown. And the folks from Gibsonia, all the folks from the North Hills, excited to see him get a base hit here.
Ball inside. Pushed it the other direction. Cubs trying to get a little something together here. Break this shutout.
Well, Tony Campana will come in and hit. Well, they're all excited. Family of Blake Lally. He did it the hard way. Got to the big leagues the hard way. Undrafted. Campana slaps this one foul.
Well, when you're undrafted, that's pretty much stacked against you. You fight your way through.
He make that catch?
Was that a clean catch?
Wow, he showed up mom with a glove. He made that barehanded, didn't he? Standing. Strike 2 to Campana. 235 career as a pinch hitter for Campana. And the good thing is his runners on base in front of him, because if he gets on, he's the closest thing to a triple. He is without doubt the fastest runner in this area code.
Faster than McCutchen?
Yes, oh yes. That's fast. This guy can flat out fly.
I want to see him in a race.
I would too. I'd love to see it. I'd put like Campana, McCutchen, maybe Michael Bourne. Who else? Put them all in the 100-meter dash.
I would just put them in pierogi suits and let them go.
Haig will take the out. Run will score. Shutout is gone. Not that that's the important thing today. Hill will come in for the Cubs' first run. It's now 10-1. Campana will get an RBI on the ground out. Lally over to second base. Well, it's a 10-1 game. How about
if it wasn't a 10-1 game, that throw would have came home. You get that out at the plate, but Haig doing the right thing, ignoring the shutout, and just make sure you get outs. I saw him say a little something Resop there. I don't know if he said, hey, I had to just go for the out, but Resop knows the drill. That's what happens. You can see the raindrops on his shoulders. Not really coming down hard at all. But
Starlin Castro drills this one deep to center field, and it's gone. Starlin Castro, a 2-run homer. And the Cubs with 3 runs on the board.
Haig just going after the out. It didn't make any difference now if he would have came home. Same amount of runs are going to score on this blast.
Castro around the first base bag, knows it now. And a ground ball to short. Farmer's gloves. Throws out Mather for out number 2. A little excitement here in the 8th inning. Castro knocks his 3rd over the wall this year.
Ball in the inside half. So hoping that one's going to stay, and it didn't. Didn't make it over by much. Right into the first row.
The pinch hitter for the Cubs, Adrian Cardinals.
And Castro being so young, I would think that he's going to get a little stronger over the next couple of years. And playing in the friendly confines, well, kind of a home run stroke he might end up with.
368 to the gaffs. It does get a little deeper down the line, though, the way that Wrigley Field is constructed, but left center and right center, that's where they hit him.
One of those ballparks anybody can hit one out of.
Even a pitcher. For those who don't know, that's where Bob's 1 career home run was. And also Steve Blass's 1 career home run.
Yeah, if anybody has just one, there's a good chance it's at Wrigley.
Of John Wayner's 4 was 1 at Wrigley.
Is that how many he had 4?
That's what I've heard. Fantasy campers were here last night to remind everybody about it. A lazy fly ball to left field off the bat of Cardenas. Ahead of the bottom of the 8th inning. It's now a 10-3 ball game. Pirates cruising here late. Three spot in the top of the 8th. McDonald trying to cool off Barajas.
Yeah, I think he just got a cup of water in the face there. What's up with that?
We got to work together tomorrow. It's all good. It's all good.
I told you, it's enjoying this laugher today. A lot of fun in that clubhouse after this one.
Let's take a look at the Nissan Road ahead. Bronson Arroyo and James McDonald tomorrow, 1 o'clock here on Root Sports. Homer Bailey and Charlie Morton Tuesday night. Johnny Cueto's very tough on the Bucks, taking on A.J. Burnett, who's been very good here at home. Should be a great matchup Wednesday night. Those are your probables and the Nissan road ahead. Looking forward to tomorrow, especially with McDonald back on the hill. Campana stays out there. He goes to center field. Here's Hernandez. He will take a strike. Reed Johnson has moved over to right field for Chicago. And Randy Wells is on doing the pitching. Parker won an inning.
Wells' numbers so far this season: 13 innings of work. Walks and hits per inning is a little on the high side.
Hernandez to right field, and there's one out. Lucas Hernandez, who had his first big league hit, drove in 2 runs back in the 6th inning. Today will be a day he'll remember for certain. Well, Barajas keeping him loose. Rod needs 2 more games to reach 1,000 as a catcher. Oh, off the glove of Wells, right to the second baseman Barney. Harrison hit it well, but there'll be an out to show for it, and Josh is 0 for today. 2 outs quickly. Chris Rhysop wasn't too pleased giving up the 3 runs in the 8th. Base hit to Hill, base hit to Lally, and then the home run to Castro.
That's something that you need to try to hide in a game like this when you're not happy, because definitely if you show some frustration, it looks bad to the rest of your teammates.
Well, Chris in his various roles out of the bullpens had a lot of success. And Barmes flies to left, and a quick 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. Put your glove in your head. Pirates ready to wrap it up when we come back. Heading to the top of the 9th inning here for the Pirates as they look to wrap up this sweep over the Chicago Cubs. Pirates homestand continues with a 3-gamer against the Cincinnati Reds. Tune into Root Sports for some afternoon Memorial Day baseball starting at 1 tomorrow when the Pirates take on the Reds at PNC Park. Bronson Arroyo, James McDonald, the expected pitchers. So hopefully the home homestand will continue to go in a positive manner. The Reds were winners today over Colorado. So they are packing up right now and heading over to Pittsburgh. Juan Cruz will take over for Reshop, trying to get mop-up duty done quickly today. So he will face Baker, Johnson, and Barney. The Pirates haven't recorded a 3-game sweep at PNC Park since September 17th through the 19th of the 2010 series. That was against Arizona. This would be their first sweep of the season. They had 2 sweeps last year. 3-game sweep over the Astros June 14th through the 16th, and they had a 2-game sweep over Cincinnati May 18th and 19th, but I don't know if you can call it a 2-game or a sweep.
So that's kind of like a whisk broom.
So it's a dusting.
Yeah,
dusting. So here's Jeff Baker. Baker without a hit today. Fouls it back.
It's a great ball game to have with Cincinnati coming into town, as you really would like to make some kind of a stand statement against the Reds. Those guys are about as low as you can get right now. I played on a couple of teams that really suffered record-wise, and it's tough to get through. And that's the kind of year they're going to have.
Cubs in their longest losing streak since 1997.
One thing that's really tough to fight, and you have to have some strong people in that clubhouse, and certainly a strong manager that they do have, is you don't want people to start just playing for themselves all the time. That you still have to play as a team and pull for each other. You can't be just thinking about your own stats. But that can happen on a team that's losing a ton of ball games, as everybody kind of goes in their own direction. And I'm sure Dale is going to prevent that, because he's about as strong a character guy as there is in baseball.
Still keeping Soriano loose.
Definitely a proud franchise. Been around for well over 100 years. They'll be fine, but it's going to take them a while. They're still going to make quite a few changes. Paul Mulholland.
Still hard to see him in blue. Just not used to it yet. Pirate his whole career until this year. .3-2 is hit high to right field, down toward the corner. Jones on the track. Hey, he's not going to get it. And Baker into second base with a double.
That ball fooled Jonesy a little bit. You could tell he thought he was going to be able to make an attempt at a catch. But that ball hit a lot higher on the wall than he anticipated. A little bit of a breeze blowing straight out that way. Watch where this ball hits and where the glove is. See that? He was very overconfident going up for this one. Hit a soft spot there, hit the chain link fabric, so it didn't bounce very far. That's a little bit of a danger that you have out in that right field. That if you go aggressive and you go after that ball, and if it hits something hard, a piece of metal, a little concrete, heck, that ball can bounce halfway back to the infield. And that makes it a stand-up triple. A lot of different surfaces out there. There's padding. Tough wall to play.
Ground ball to short. Barmas charging. Throws him on after the double clutch. So Johnson has gone 6-3. Down to third is Baker. Central Division standings as of this moment. Cincinnati, the 2-game lead over St. Louis. St. Louis still in action, leading Philadelphia 8-2 in the 8th inning. Pirates and Houston, if the Pirates win, they'll go to 23-24, just a game under 500.
That's nice to see, isn't it? That 500 mark.
They can achieve it on this homestand for sure. It's right around this time last year that all that stuff started happening, getting to 500, getting over 500.
All you need is the offense to, they don't have to do like today, but just get a little bit better than what they've been. And this team is certainly something that you'd have to talk about for the division. It won't take 100 wins or anything close to that. You wouldn't think to win this division. So Pirates are in it.
As we've witnessed day in and day out, Bob, the pitching in the bullpen has carried them, starting pitching and the bullpen. The offense will make you scratch your head some days.
Occasionally. But that'll change. The team, the way it's made up, is not going to be a big offensive threat at any point, but they're going to be better than they are right now. It's going to be a slow process, but you can see it happening. The key is those guys right there staying as good as they are right now for 6 months. That's what didn't happen last year, and that's what we need to have happen this year.
So Jeff Karsten's there. He's on the way back as well. Clint Hurdle was asked today when he'll be back. As this one is shot down into right field, and we'll get a run in. And Barney going for 2. And he is in with a head first dive with an RBI double. It's now 10-4. The bullpen has given up 4 runs.
Barney taking this pitch over the outside half and shooting it down to the corner for 2 bases. Well, last year it was just a case of real strong pitching for about 3.5, 4 months, and then things fell apart for the pitching staff. ERA started climbing, and with that the losses started mounting, and that's what the Pirates needed to guard against this year. And I hope the experience of what happened last season will make it much more likely that this pitching staff stays together and stays strong for the whole year.
And just to finish the thought on Karstens that Clint Hurdle was talking about today, he said that he's not going to sacrifice Jeff's health for statistics, was his quote. This one is belted to center field. Hernandez on the track. He'll make the catch. And now 2 men are out. Well, the Pirates are not away from wrapping this one up. But he didn't say definitively when Jeff would be back. I think they feel still has a little bit more rehab work to do. 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs of the 5 that were given up. But I don't know if that's indicative of the performance, because he started out so well in that game, did everything he wanted to do in that game. In terms of the first few innings. His last inning of work is when it got away. 0-1 to Blake Lally. Pirates an out away from their first sweep of 2012. The brooms are broken out. Just an out away from sending the Cubs to their 12th consecutive loss. And Harrison knocks it down. There it is. The Buccos sweep the Cubs. Pedro Alvarez, a 3-run home run today. Got it going in the first. McCutchen, a solo shot. Garrett Jones, a 2-run bomb. Bats came alive today. And the Pirates pull off the 3-game sweep. And for the Cubs, thanks for coming.
Well, they certainly did it in dominant fashion. You couldn't ask for a better ball game leading into an important series with the Cincinnati Reds. And confidence tomorrow afternoon is going to be sky high with this team. And we don't have to sweep the Reds, but it sure would be nice to go 2 out of 3 against the first place club and really make some kind of a statement. Jolly Rogers are flying along with those brooms.
Great to see on this Memorial Day weekend. Final score, Pirates 10 and the Cubs 4. Let's send it over to section 103. Rob King and Kent DeCulvey are standing by.
Tim and Bob, thanks very much. And T.